I'm just trying to think here. One of the stupidest things I've done was when we were in Sweden.
Sweden.
You got thrown in jail?
Yeah, I got put in jail.
Several.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Several things happened.
But so, I guess I could just go into the story. This is a good one. It's a classic. It's a classic story. Let's get it.
It was an exciting. That was an exciting night.
You turd disturber.
We're for the album City of Gold. We're in Gothenburg, recording with Fredrik Nordstrom and Henrik Ud, and what were we calling the
Jürgen Schmergen.
Jürgen Schmergen. Jürgen Schmergen was there too. So, anyways, as you know, Fredrik did the At the Gates.
Yep.
All of their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at least most of their stuff. And anyways, so we were there for quite a while. We were recording in the studio and sleeping there and everything. And that's the scene. We're there. And so anyways, At the Gates was playing a festival in Gothenburg. It was like a mini festival. Basically, it was just like a show with like 6 bands or something like that. So it was like a festival. But they got us on the guest list because we're recording, and they were, we were having fun.
Tickets. Well, sleeping in the tracking.
Yeah, well, we were having fun in the studio. I mean, we them boys, so like we're obviously having beers and goofing around and shit. So we're having a good time with Henrik and Jürgen Schmergen and and Fredrik. And so, anyways, like I don't think Fredrik went. He just was like,
no, I think he went.
Did he go? Oh yeah, he did go. I remember because there was a part of the night where someone came up to was it Adam? Who came up to the bar and just spilled a bunch of coins.
That was Adam.
He's like, no, coins. Oh, he's like, Fredrik's like talking to someone at the bar. It's like a nice big venue. It had like two areas where one was like sort of like the entrance, which had a bar.
Yeah, it's a sick venue in
And
Gothenburg.
then there was
I have
like
no idea what it is.
another, you go through the doors, and it's sort of like a theater almost, where you go through the doors, and now there's the stage and everything.
Yeah. Several thousand cap, probably.
Yeah, it was sick. And I think it was Adam who went up to like get a beer at the bar and was like, he had a couple drinks, and he just like spilled a bunch of change all over the bar and was like, I'll have that many beers. and Fredrik was like sitting there, was just like, what the
fucking Canadians.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know this guy. I definitely don't know this guy.
So we get in, guest listed.
Oh, boy.
Badass.
Bro.
We get in. And I mean, we had some pre-game drinks with Henrik. So, anyways, eventually,
fuzzy things?
We get around to leaving the studio, and I think we just took we walked a little bit, and then we took
transit.
The transit.
We were terrible humans on transit.
Yeah, we took the transit down to the show. We get to the venue, and I remember we got in. Everybody's like pumped, right? Like we've already had a couple drinks. Everybody's like super excited to be there. It's like, and at this point we had like pretty bad like studio fever. Like we'd been in the studio for a long time. I think we were
about a month. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were and like everybody was trying to save as much money as they could because it's like expensive, and we're living there and shit.
Yep.
And so it's sort of like we finally got a night out, and we're like, oh, sick. And I remember going in, and I bought like 4 beers right away. I bought 4 fucking beers,
one for each hand, one for each pocket.
But my intention was that I was going to find the rest of the guys
around for the boys.
I was around for everybody, and then I couldn't find anybody.
Scattered.
And I'm like holding 4 fucking beers. I can't do anything.
So
right?
I was forced to drink these beers.
So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just drink 2, and then nobody shut up. So I drank 4, like immediately, just crushed 4 beers. Then we watched Freak Kitchen.
Yep.
Then they were awesome. And then, eventually, we were just hanging around, goofing around. And at some point, I wandered out of the venue, and Chris was outside. And I'm not sure exactly how this worked out. Chris is outside smoking, and I went outside, and then I went to come back inside, and the security guy was like, "You're too drunk. You can't come back inside." And I was like, "What? Really?" I was like,
I'm not drunk.
I'm like,
I only
not that
had
drunk.
17 beers.
It's like I was only forced to drink 4 beers as soon as I got here. It's not my fault. So anyways, like
I was overserved.
I was overserved.
Yeah,
honestly,
your fault.
I was overserved. So the Swedish, that was their fault. All of Sweden, that was their fault. Anyways, so I go back in. They say no, you can't come back inside, and I'm like, okay, I'll just stand outside of the venue. All my friends are inside.
Yeah.
And I'll just stand out here. And then Chris is there.
Yeah.
He eventually, I was just hanging outside, I guess. And then Chris came out for a smoke. He's like, what are you doing out here? And I was like, well, they won't let me back in. And he was like,
Sorry, sir, you're too fat.
he's like, you got, yeah, he's like, you gotta,
Settle down.
yeah, okay, so,
gotta-
yeah, sorry. I'm thinking ahead of the story. I'm trying to like edit the certain parts of the story. I'm like, should I say that part of the story?
Yes.
Anyways,
Yeah, fair
so
enough. We can always cut it out later.
I
It's too
go
bad.
out. I'm out there. Chris is like, well, fuck that. That's dumb. He's like, why don't you just come back in?
Just go in.
Just like, just wait till they're not looking and just go in.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Chris and I are having this conversation like maybe like 5 feet from the security guards. And we're like, oh, yeah, we can probably just get back in. There's probably no problem there.
Shouting full
Yeah,
volume.
bro, we're probably
Yeah.
screaming
Yeah,
at each other
probably.
at this point. And so Chris is like, just like, I don't know, just like put your hood up and just maybe they won't recognize you. Yeah. And so I do that. And I just like beeline it. I just like, it's kind of like, I'm walking in, I'm like, whoa. Guy grabs me immediately.
Oh, no.
Security guy grabs me. He's like, that's it. And I was like, my interaction with them was like one interaction. They said, you're too drunk to come back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Fuck you.
No, I didn't say
What
that.
if
I
you
was
left your
super-
wallet in there? Then what would
No, everything.
I'm from Canada. Don't you know?
It was
who I
fine.
am?
It was fine. And then they overreacted like crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he fucking grabbed me. He's like, yo, come here. Like, because I was like kind of trying to push my way.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was being belligerent and they overreacted.
They pulled me into like the side room. It was like a holding room or something. It was like maybe like a coat. It was like a coat room probably or some shit.
The
And
murder
they
room.
grabbed me. He's like, the police are coming. I was like, what the? I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, you're too drunk. You tried to get back in. The police are coming. You're going to jail. I was
They
like,
let you out of the studio for one night.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
whoa, bro. I was like, whoa, dude. Like, this is not that serious, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is like a funny fucking part. So he starts searching me. He's like, "Do you have any weapons?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I got these two
I'm like, bro, I'm from Canada. I'm like, I'm only here like we're recording or whatever. And he's just like, whatever. He pats me
idiot.
down, reaches in my pocket, pulls out this wrapper. And so to go back in time a little bit, to get to Sweden, we took a bus from where was it? Eindhoven?
Yeah.
Eindhoven to Gothenburg.
Eindhoven's in
It was an
Netherlands.
awful.
Oh, my bad.
It was like a
Yeah.
24-hour bus ride.
It's terrible.
But
One
we
of
were
the
like,
worst events of
this
my
is the
life.
cheapest way to get there. So we were like, okay, let's do that. And before we left, we had a friend there give us weed cookies
Oh, God.
Yeah.
because he was like, you got a long bus ride? It's like, here's Netherlands,
Yeah,
right? They
yeah.
give us these weed cookies or whatever. And then, anyway, so I had a wrapper of a weed cookie in my pocket. And in Sweden, weed is super illegal. We didn't
Yeah.
have any weed with us, but
Yeah.
like,
You had a
you know,
wrapper.
like
You
we're
only
not
have one pair of pants.
we're not
all
a,
the garbage
yeah,
goes in the pocket.
We're not a weed band, but like I had this in my jacket pocket.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out and he looks at me and bro, the label on the thing said weed cookie. It just said in big letters weed cookie. That's all it said.
Basically could have said, do not eat in Sweden. Like,
He's-
that wouldn't
he-
have made it any worse.
he-
There's
okay.
the podcast title right there.
This security guard pulls it out and he says, "How many of these have you had tonight?" And I was like, bro, I was like, that was like
That was
all of-
months
that was
ago.
weeks ago. I was like, yeah.
I don't wash my clothes.
We're before? Come on.
I was like, that was like 4 weeks ago. And he was like, whatever, the cops are coming. I mean, like, to be fair, like he kind of like roughed me up a little bit, but I was like a noodle, dude. I was like, whatever, dude.
Sounds like it's a little bit overzealous.
yeah, it was a
maybe.
little,
Yeah.
but I mean, I was
First
ni-
day as a security guard.
I was
Yeah.
nice to the guy.
Yeah.
They were nice to me. The whole thing was like oddly strict, but also oddly pleasant. Like they weren't
Weird,
really
Yeah.
going nuts on me.
Yeah, yeah,
so then
yeah.
the cops come. They like I'm sitting in there for a while. I'm cooperating, and then the police show up, and they're like, "Okay, you're coming with us." And I get in a cop car. There's two in the front seat, one in the back seat. The entire ride, I was like, "You guys got to come to Canada. We have every type of geological landscape." I was like, we got mountains, we got Canadian Shield, we got the prairies, and they were like, "Oh, really? It sounds really nice." And like,
That's very nice.
on my way to the fucking drunk tank or whatever. Anyways, I get there.
Swinging right hooks.
I get there. Yeah, I was beating these cops. Bro, it was like, "Come at me, dog." But yeah, so I was being super polite as a Canadian. So we get there, and they like process me, and they just start taking everything. They like took my belt, took my phone, took everything, and I'm just like, damn, dude. Like, none of my friends know where.
Throw you in a room by yourself?
Yeah, but
okay.
so
Okay.
before I
be
left,
freaky.
Chris was like hot. Like, Chris saw it happen.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" He was like pissed. He was like,
Oh, shit.
up in
I
arms.
can
He's
see
like, "Bro,
that.
what are you fucking doing?" And when the cops came, he was like talking to the cops, and then eventually the cop was like, "Bro, it's fine. Just like, it's gonna be fine. Like, just chill." And then
We're
Chris
just
was
gonna
like,
take him for
Chris
the
was
night.
like, "Oh, okay."
No.
But at first he was like,
Rising up.
I'm gonna fucking go nuts here."
I'm gonna fight these cops.
He was sober, I'm assuming. He was probably
Oh yeah,
sober
Chris was 100%
Yeah.
sober at the time.
at the time. But yeah, so
Well, yeah, because Dan couldn't find anyone to give the beers to.
It's
So.
true. Those are the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
beers that were consumed. that
Dan
night.
drank
Yeah.
everybody's beer.
so they took me to the drunk tank, processed me, and I was like, I told the guy, I was like, "Man, I'm like from Canada. I don't."
We get this.
I don't
all
know
the time.
what the fuck's happening right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel fine. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
I don't know why you guys are so mad
So,
at me.
anyways, they put me in the drunk tank, and it was just like a one room. It had a bathroom and a little like a little water fountain. You could get like a cup of water out of. It was like pretty.
Yeah.
It was, and then it had like a gym
ration
mat,
your
you know, like
water. Ooh,
gym
nice.
mats.
Oh, sweet.
So you could do some yoga.
It
and
had
stuff,
that on
yeah.
the floor. That's where you could like lie down.
They're
And I
encouraging
remember
you to
I like
Stretch.
I like lay down for a bit, and I think I slept for a little bit.
Did they do a breathalyzer on you?
They did not.
Huh.
What? How do they know you even drunk?
Yeah, what
Might
if
have
you're
been
just,
pretty
like-
obvious. But
What if you were just having a mental episode?
Yeah.
yeah.
What if you're having a
Bro, I'm
breakdown?
Canadian. I don't know.
Canada. This is how we
I'm
act all the time.
experiencing culture shock.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it was. It was culture
Your
shock.
accents are slightly different than mine.
So I
fucking cold
press
here.
the I go and I press the fucking intercom button.
You got an intercom button
There
in
was like
jail?
a button. And
Oh,
it was like a
shit.
yeah. It was like a,
No
it was
one
like a
abuses
little
that. No,
solitary.
never.
So I click it and I was like, "Hello," and they're like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "How long do I have to be here for?" And they were like, "The maximum time that we can keep you here is like 8 hours." I was like, "So how long do I have to be here?" And they were like, 8 hours.
We're going to make sure you're real good
like,
before we
God,
leave.
Because you're asking.
I was like, "God damn it!" So, anyways, I mean, what the funniest thing was like, we're all pretty broke, so it was like getting transportation was like, it's like nobody wants to take a cab or
Sure,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's too much. So
Hitchhike.
anyways, what was funny was everybody else had to like cab back from the venue, which was like pretty far from the studio.
Individually, I might add.
Really? Yeah, things got a little hairy. Everybody got split up.
Yeah.
So I actually the police station that I was at
Yeah.
was about halfway between the venue and the studio. So
Yeah.
I paid like half the cab fare in the morning.
Perfect.
So I leave. So I
You planned
anyways,
it, didn't you?
Yeah, when they anyway when they let me go, they gave me all my shit back and my phone's dead. And I'm like,
course.
"Hey man, like not that my phone would work anyways.
Sure, yeah.
I don't even know if I had it on me. I can't remember. But I told the guy, I was like, the police officer or whatever, I was like, "Hey, like, how do I get out of here? Like, I don't even know where I am. I don't even know the address to the
Dude, yeah.
studio because it's like even if I knew it, I wouldn't be able to really like remember what it was.
Sure, yeah.
right? So
You guys got any of that internet?
so I had to. I asked the guy, I was like, "Can you call me a cab?" And he's like, "We're not allowed." And I
No
was like,
way.
I was like, I'm from Canada. I have no phone. no way to get back to. I don't even know where I'm staying at.
I don't know where I am.
I was like, it's somewhere over here, but I don't exactly know where it is.
Don't do it as a cop.
so
Do it as a dude.
the cop was just like, okay, fine, we'll get you a cab.
Nice.
So I get a cab, and I told the cab driver, I was like, I don't know exactly what this is called, but I know what's in the area, and like.
Do you know where the heavy metal studio
Yeah,
is?
where is it? Do you know Studio Friedman? I think I got him to like Google it, and then he found it, and
Nice.
then he took me there. And then when I got back, when I got back, it's super early in the morning, and they had like a gate.
Studio?
At the studio, so like you can't just like get in
To keep guys like you out.
There's a gate,
Yeah.
so I'm like fuck. I'm no way of phoning anybody. Everybody's asleep because everybody had a crazy night.
Oh, no.
I had to just like everybody else.
I had to climb
climbed
that in the middle
over
of
the
the night.
gate in the morning, like hungover, just like.
And
oh
then
my
security
God.
came.
No, but like, and then on the other side of the gate, just right in front of the door. Barf.
Yeah. Thank you.
Barf everywhere.
That was my bar.
And I get in and I'm just like, what the fuck, boys? Like, what's happening? And everybody's there just like, I don't even know if I was the last person to get there.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
You probably were.
But like, what was funny is we got a call like we're recovering. It's like on a Sunday where everybody's just like, holy fuck. And we get a call from Frederick and he's like, who the fuck?
Which one of you little
Which one of you little fuckers?
Barfed out.
No.
Oh.
Which one of you told everybody that we were doing a new At the Gates album because it wasn't announced yet? Oh, but they had, like somebody had told, and we're like, no, dude, that was not us. We did not say any shit about that. We're like, we don't even know.
We did all kinds of bad shit, but we did not let the secret out.
Dad was in jail. Couldn't even tell anyone.
Yeah, bro.
Cops don't listen to heavy metal.
we did not say anything.
That shit was so funny. And then I mean, I don't know. I want to. I don't want to
hold
burn
on.
your boy,
So,
but-
who told? Did you ever find out who
Yeah.
like?
Oh,
said
yes,
names?
we did.
yeah, we did, but
It was one of the Swedish people that
we were
went there with.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to name names because I don't know if that's water
yeah,
in the
fair
fridge or
enough.
not. But
Fair
but
enough.
I just remember that being it was a big deal to
Damn.
because it was like they were like stoked
That's
to
like
like be able
NDA
to,
shit, dude.
yeah, they were like
Yeah.
stoked to announce it and like someone was a bit loose-lipped about it at the show. Well, we were like backstage,
Name
like at that
dropper.
show. We were backstage. I had a video on my phone of me walking through like the kitchen of the venue, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Why am I in the kitchen?
I was
Where'd the assholes in this place
I
put
don't
the bathrooms?
yeah, it's like, pretty much. It was so funny, but
I
yeah.
gotta go to the bathroom, you guys.
As an experience, as far as being thrown in the slammer goes, that was like pretty chill. Like I think any other country that would have been a shit show.